Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here on the Latin Nerds Network. Ready to go over all the shows, documentaries, films released on streaming over the past week. Give you our best recommendations or non-recommendations as the case may be. Of course, at the end of the show, letting you know what's coming out so you too can create your very own watch list. Joining us as always to give us his prime opinions, of course, es Señor Jaime, aka Chewy, what it is, what it was, what it shall be.
Word. What's going on?
Glorious week of television. Or was it? It's a good question. We'll answer that very shortly right now. Let's get right into it here. We'll start with a documentary on Netflix.
Oh no, but
Never
before we
mind.
start, dude, we got to give kudos to a gentleman who we've called Vanilla on many a show on this
Fair.
network. The great Oscar
He's
winning.
Oscar winning.
I'm not even sure. Opie,
Uh,
aka Ron Howard.
a
Kudos,
great, really cool
bravo
cameo in the
performance.
studio. A show you guys should be watching. It's a funny show.
Look, man, if you're not watching the
It's
studio,
really
what are
good.
you
Yeah, it's
doing?
really good.
It is just
Yeah.
laugh
I mean,
out
if
loud,
you're into
hilarious.
Hollywood and movie making, it's for sure, right? If you're not into that, I don't know if you're gonna get a lot of the stuff that they do, but
I mean, if you're a fan of Seth Rogen and what he's and the history of comedy
correct.
he's done, you know what
I
you
think it still
expect, and
works
you
if
get
my
that in
wife's not
spades.
watching
I
it because
mean,
she's in the background that's doing stuff and hears it, and I saw her like laughing a couple of times. So it does work. She hasn't really sat down and seen the show. And no, it's a great
it's
show.
just
It's a great
funny.
show.
This last episode,
For
we had
sure.
Captain America.
The new Captain America.
Obviously, we had
Sure.
yeah, the new Captain
Anthony
America.
Mackie.
Sorry, we had he was great. Now,
I mean, he was great. He was great. He was great.
Ron Howard. I mean, it just
Yeah.
drops cameos. I mean, not even cameos.
It's
These guys are
very, like I
part of
said, it's
the
very
episode,
entourage-ish from that
and it's
standpoint, right?
just
Because Entourage had tons of big
yeah,
stars, big names pop in here and there. It's a funny show, man. It's just that's the bottom line. It's really good. Because on
it's great.
Apple it comes out every
It's
Wednesdays
great.
for sure. You guys
Yeah.
should be watching. That's one of the definitely Apple hit a home run with that, no doubt. Um, but that said, speaking of home runs, maybe, maybe not. But we do have a documentary again on Netflix. Gone Girls, the Long Island Serial Killer, three-part documentary. I guess this took place 2000s, right? 2010s, 20s, 2010s.
2010s. Yeah,
There's a
2010s.
serial
Yeah.
killer in Long Island who obviously preyed upon working girls, sex workers, whatever you want to call them these days. I don't know. I guess you get this. It will come to a time we can offend sex workers. Who would have thought? But whatever. That said, obviously, they it's went on for a few years. He was finally, of course, apprehended at some point. But it goes deep into the victims, of course, and the officers and authorities who are investigating the case. Three-part series. Chewy, this on the watch list.
Yeah, I think so. It was interesting enough, and it was short enough. Anything longer, I might have lost interest, but fairly recent. Goes into the victims, and actually, this went on
Many
for
years,
for
yeah,
many years
yeah.
before they finally found this guy. The problem was they weren't really investigating at first, and then as they started uncovering, it was a bigger. He was a serial killer, and so that's when there was interest. But even then, there was still some corruption with some of the people assigned and or lack thereof. But I think very interesting subject matter. Everyone loves likes to read about the serial killer, right? The
Right.
Jeffrey Dahmers of the world.
How you doing?
I
How
was
you
going to
doing?
say Marilyn Manson.
See how
Sorry,
easy that is?
Charles Manson. Infamous
Right.
killers, right? And I think this is just right. Now, this guy obviously I don't think
No,
is
he's not
as
known. I didn't know he was
infamous.
known.
Um, yeah. I mean, I don't remember honestly. This case obviously is not that old, but still, once you sit down and look at view it and understand what was going on, it is fairly
Yeah,
interesting.
it's
A
for the
fairly
true crime
interesting
lovers.
watch.
There's a lot of you guys out there. It's a very popular genre right
Mhm.
now.
Yes.
If you're into true crime, yeah, definitely recommend for you to go check it out. Again, three parts, not that long, and it's definitely well paced and well done. So for sure. The next one's go to Paramount. We
Yeah.
don't say that very often. We got a new show dropping one episode every Sundays. That's Mobland, starring, of course, Tom Hardy. Big
Mm.
names here: Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, of course. This is your classic gangster, family rival kind of show, brought to you by Guy Ritchie, who's familiar with that. We gave it to Gentleman, the show and the film, kind of recently on Netflix. Really good show. So he thinks he's directing the first two episodes. This one, me, is
Yes.
on the watch list. I really dug this, man. I like this a lot. I'm big into this kind of stuff. You into that kind of crime boss family thing. Tom Hardy's always good. Tom Hardy's kind of like the not the most. He's the fixer, right? He's to fix it. Yeah,
He's a
works for
fixer. Yeah,
prosper
he's
because
a
the head of
fixer.
the families or whatever, one of the families, and of course there's rivalries within these families. We've seen these kind of shows before. Nothing new from that standpoint, but it's well made. It's interesting. I'm digging it. I really like it. Absolutely on the watch list, Chewy.
Oh man, absolutely, man. This was
I
I'm
know.
saddened that we
I
only
was like,
got one
is it?
episode to
Damn it!
start,
Like,
right?
yeah,
And so this literally just at the table,
yeah,
but they did such a
yeah.
great
It's
job
really
setting
good.
this table, right? With the two rival families, the family within the family, right? The friction between two families, but the kids are hanging out, and so what happened to one of the kids?
He's
Tom Hardy's
awesome.
character is great,
Yeah,
man. I mean, he's tough
right. Yeah,
without
he
having to be
is.
tough. He doesn't mess around. It's like there's that one line, it's like I'm at
Yeah,
one. You don't
he
want to see me at
is. He
six
is so
line. I
good
was
in the
like,
show. I mean, he steals the show. I think he's great. He's great in this show.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course. Yeah.
And he's done great TV. I remember he's
Peaky
done.
Blinders. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
in Peaky
Yeah.
Blinders for a number of seasons. He did these shows on FX for one season many years ago. But he was very good in that show. Obviously, we know him from Venom and so
Yeah.
many other movies and whatnot. So, yeah, he's great. I mean, he's from he
Yeah.
Band of Brothers, man.
Oh no,
He goes back
he's the
way
reason I
back, man.
watched the
That's when
show
he
at the end of the
first.
day. I mean, he's really
Yeah.
good. I love his character. Yeah,
Yes,
love
absolutely.
his
He's great.
character. I
I
know
love
Pierce
him, man.
Brosnan's a little over the top, but it works for the show. Yeah, this is, and we don't say very often with like must. It's hard to say must watch as one episode is good tanked for all we know, but I'm judging it based on what they gave us, and it's not every day we say much must watch on Paramount. But right now, it's really good story,
Hmm.
really good show. Guy Ritchie knows what he's doing with this genre for
Absolutely.
sure.
There's something not Tyler
True,
Sheridan
right, you're
related
right.
on
No,
Paramount to watch.
absolutely right. Variety is nothing wrong with that. Spice of life, if you just say. And I'm good with it. And this, honestly, I think is better than most of his shows. And I like a lot of his shows. Tyler Sheridan, that is, I do. Um, but
Oh no,
of course,
man!
Landman's
Come on,
really
we love
good.
Glam
Tulsa
Man,
King, of course.
Tulsa
Mayor
King.
Kingstown, done a lot of stuff. Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
I mean, we love those
This
shows.
is
Come on,
different. I
man.
think it's
Come
on
on.
another level for me personally. But it's really, again, it's only one episode, but it's
Yeah.
really good. You guys should check it out if you have Paramount. Next one, we'll go back to Netflix. We got another medical drama, of course, following the footsteps of The Pit on HBO. I think it's one more episode left or two. And that's called The Post. Okay, The Post is near,
One more.
classic, medical drama. It takes place here in Miami. I think it's 10 episodes, whatever, drama, what happens in the hospital. We've seen these kind of shows, ERs, Grey's Anatomies, whatever. With The Pit gave you something a little more interesting, being it's kind of a mesh between like a medical show and an 24. Of course, every taking place within 24 hours. Every hour is an episode of the show. This is more standard. I should go first, Chewy. What do you think about this? This on the watch list. What are you thinking?
I mean, look, it's no Pit, and I love The Pit. The Pit is great, man. And we were worried about being 15 episodes. You know what? I don't think it was long enough. That's such a great show. It's to the point. It's in your face. It's real. This show is more telenovela than it is a medical drama. First and foremost, the main character,
She
I
sucks.
do
I
not
was gonna say
care.
that. I wasn't sure if
Sucks.
you're
Yeah,
gonna say
yes.
that, but
She
she's
she
terrible.
she she's a problem
Big
with this
time.
show. You do not care
Agreed.
about her.
Hundred
You
percent.
just do not. Well, and
Oh,
another
here we
thing that
go.
rubs me wrong, I hate
Oh.
seeing A Train as a doctor. I just can't. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Maybe he needs this to cleanse the palate and
Right,
get
right.
away from the boys. But I see it and I'm like,
I
that's
know.
not A Train, man. I
We're gonna
want
get
the
A train
A
into this year.
Train,
No,
baby.
don't fret.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm glad. But so this show is. I mean, I don't know if people are going to watch it or not. It's not that it's bad, but it's you come off such a high of watching The Pit, and that show is great. And then you get this with the
Oh,
cheesy music, or trying to be, give me the Latin flavor, the Doctor
we'll get to that in a second. Yeah.
Spanglish, and it's look, dude, it's. I'm just not feeling it. It doesn't seem right. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel authentic.
100%.
It feels fake.
I'm off it. I gave it a couple episodes. You're right. It's got many problems, and I think it's funny because this one starts off usually like with The Pit. I use Pit as an example because The Pit's going on now, so you have to use an example. I hate to compare shows, but it is what it is, right? Similar shows. With The Pit, you have the characters and stuff's going on in an emergency room, and then a big event happens halfway through, right? This one, let's start off with the big event, being a hurricane, all this stuff, and I think that's the service of the show. But
Yeah.
it's hard to focus on the characters when you're worried about this big event and all this stuff's going on. They should have done that halfway through the show, right? But the biggest, yeah, you're right. The girl, the main girl, she's awful. She's terrible. She's
Yeah.
terrible.
I
I
just
don't
don't
like.
like
She's
her.
not
I
likable
just don't like
at
her, man. Yeah.
all.
She's
And,
not.
and
She's not
she's
likable.
not.
No,
And
she's
you know,
not.
she's
She's
it's kind of like she's I guess her resident doctor, whatever, above her. You know, she accused them of sexual harassment. You're like, okay, but then you find out she went out with him for a while and is fucking in the shower. It's like, oh, where's this coming from? It just doesn't work. It didn't work for me. And listen, I'm from here in Miami. They got some Latino characters and the high ups. To be fair, right? It's not like it's just people scrubbing the floor, right? Right, the
no, like they had the
surgeon,
surgeon. He was the
Dark
mayor
Knight Trilogy.
and the Dark
No,
Knight
yeah, you've
trilogy.
seen
So
him.
we've
Yeah, he's
seen
good.
him.
Listen,
I mean, he
and the
has show,
lady,
man.
yeah,
The
yeah,
the
absolutely.
nurse. I've seen him in so many shows. He's
Yeah,
that guy from that thing of Latin shows. He's not.
they're there. I just
We
thought
recognize the
the
people. It's
ratio was
just
so off for being a show in Miami-Dade County. I, I live here. I see it every time. So listen, maybe there's two white guys, two white doctors, and the rest are Latino. Here's kind of reverse. Whatever. Neither here nor there. The show's not bad because of it, but it's off-putting for me. But yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If you're a medical drama, watch The Pit. Pit's mixed, but I guess
yeah,
I don't even like medical dramas, but I
by
do like The
far.
Pit. It's very good because it's different, right? There's less drama, more of the actual stuff within the parameters of a year on what happens on a daily basis, right? Or in this case, an hourly basis. Here it's just typical who's doing who and yada yada yada, and I can't root for the main person, so who cares? It didn't work.
And this is more like I guess Grey's Anatomy,
Sure.
than
Yeah.
medical drama. I mean, that's it's so. Like I said, I wasn't joking. I said it's like telenovela style,
It is. And I mean, yeah,
show with
yeah,
the side
yeah.
of medical
It
drama
doesn't
because it's
work.
just like the
It's
drama
not
and
for
the
me.
stuff going on
To me,
and
and this I just might get a lot of
yeah,
views and maybe get
yeah,
another season. Good for you guys if you like it, but I just can't recommend it honestly. We'll stay with Netflix. We got an anime
no,
show,
no.
Devil May Cry. This 8 episodes, about 30 minutes, very short. Anime is good stuff on Netflix. This one I akin to this because I played the game for many years, and that's the last versions of it. I enjoyed the game. It's not a whole lot of story here, but they made it into a show anyway. I gotta say, the first episode I was ready to call off on this show. You right? Am I
Oh, it
wrong?
was
Okay, so
close.
it's
It was
very
close. And no, you're not wrong because I've never played the
yeah.
game. I've heard about it, but I've never played it, so I don't know anything about it. But the first episode
It
was
really
just like all over the
was.
place. Like, okay, well, I don't know this Dante character. What is this? Vampires? Is this supernatural? Is that what what? Then when I got the second episode, I was like,
Sure.
okay, I'm getting it. I'm feeling it now. Okay, now I see antagonist. I see the antagonist. I see what's going on, good and evil. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah, I
now
agree
I'm
because
digging.
it seems dated because it's very 90s style animation, writing and act. It feels like this show is like 30 years old. I don't think it's gonna work. First episode, I'm like, but I read somewhere a couple places say it gets better in the second half. I'm like, okay, it's short enough. I'll stick with it.
Okay.
But you're right. Halfway through the second episode, I'm like, really good music if you're into the 90s. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah,
with the
no, well,
intro,
dude, with the
Limp
music, I'm
Bizkit,
not gonna
right?
find
So
a little Limp
90s. That's
Biscuit.
what I'm saying.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. AJ
speaking of
Machine. I
'90s,
was like,
there you go.
I'll dig in this, and okay, and it does grow on you, right?
Yeah.
The action's cool, and I think we're and
No.
I've seen a lot. I've seen like five. I think when we get to the fourth to the fifth, then we get some weight to the show. I was still waiting for that kind of. I need something here, right? And it does get into that some stakes in the show. Like, oh wow, it's one episode. I think it's fifth or
Okay.
sixth. I don't remember. It's almost like flashback. It works really well. So this show really it does get better.
Okay.
Stick around if you like anime, good, cool action. It's bloody over the top. Love it. High recommend. Against not yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
All of it.
it's bloody. I
Absolutely.
mean, even
Oh
the
yeah,
first in the first episode, that
yeah,
the rabbit character who basically just mauls down the security and the guys come in to stop him, and I mean, it's like
yeah.
they're
And the
Swiss
dude, the
cheese
episode I'm
to
talking
what
about, does
power he
focus on
has.
his
So
backstory. Very cool, right? And the other girl who's
okay,
I
good.
guess works for this task force, on just two characters. It's really cool. That was really. It's like, man, now this show is becoming. It has more substance behind it. Not a flash before then. It works. Not great. Not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it's anime. I really liked it. I'm enjoying it. So looking forward to finish that one up.
Mm,
The last one, Prime. We got the Bondsman. The great Kevin. 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon continues here. From Footloose fame. This one here is an interesting show. 30 minutes again, dropping all 8 episodes. We got Kevin Bacon, who's a bounty hunter, right, Bondsman, who trying at the beginning of the show he's trying to catch, of
yes.
course, a couple of clients or whatever, and he gets killed in the act. But the next day, he wakes up and he's still alive. His neck was actually slashed, and his neck's still messed up, and he finds himself alive. And eventually, you find out he went to hell. He was brought back by the devil because he wants him to hunt down demons who are escaping hell. Very interesting premise. I love the premise of the show. I'll leave it there, but I'll let you go first whether this should be something you should be watching or not.
I like it. I thought this was gonna be a comedy because it's like these
Mm-hmm.
episodes are like 30 minutes. I thought it was gonna be a lot funnier. Or maybe I got the impression because it was 30-minute episodes. Okay, maybe it's not a complete serious show. No, it is. It's just short episodes. And so I'm enjoying it. Right? I've only watched a couple of episodes, I think, maybe three, because I was trying to catch up on Bosch. But I'm enjoying it. It's a serious tone, right? I mean, it hasn't gotten too much into lore as far as what demons or how they're escaping or what's going on. And maybe they'll get to that. Obviously, the focus is on him, right? He survives. He accepts the job because he accepts that, yeah, he can see demons and it's not just someone,
Mm-hmm.
not an
No, Mary
Amway
Kay, Mary Kay.
salesperson. And yeah, Mary Kay, whatever. uh, and so actually I think one of the bad guys I think one of the guys who his antagonist he's played bad guys and he
Oh,
was
right, right,
in
right, yeah.
Justified for many years, so you recognize him from there, so he's behind it. But interesting show. I'm
Yeah, I'm
loving it.
liking
I'm
it.
not loving it. I'm
Yeah,
liking it a lot,
not loving
so
it. The
it's not
wife
a bad
actually
show.
she saw a trailer
Yeah.
with me, and I'll show it to her, and she wanted to see it. Okay, she's enjoying it. Yeah, it's no.
I mean, love ones, right? They're just like they do, you know,
Oh no,
they're
the show's
graphic. I mean, they
graphic.
take over the
Yeah,
priest, they rip off his spade, hang along. I mean, the high
well,
school
in
girl.
the cabin, I think.
I
Yeah,
mean,
see
like when you kill them, kill the
in
person
the
as
cabin, the
well.
priest
Yeah.
comes in, was possessed, and kills three guys. Very brutal. Graphic.
Hmm.
Very cool, right? I
Oh
love the
God. Oh
premise,
man,
and I
that
really
was
wish
pretty bad.
it leaned more into it. Right? It's kind of it's almost doesn't it's almost great, but it's not because it's just you're right. I think it should be more of a comedy, right? A little more campy, kind of like a Ash Evil Dead kind of style, which is a cool show.
Yeah,
Correct, right?
yeah.
And I
That's
wish
what
you
I was
get more of
expecting.
that. It's
Right.
still
Yeah.
funny and it's cool, interesting, great premise. I think two. I'm hoping it even gets better, but so far, I'm liking it. Okay.
Oh, it gets darker in the next episode because, the mom is asking of,
Oh yeah, yeah.
where she's very religious, right? And so she's wondering what the hell did he
Oh, okay. Oh,
do
right,
to
right,
end
right,
up in
right.
hell when he died? And you wonder that, yeah, he's a Bondsman. Okay, maybe did he toe the line? Did he toe the line or whatever? No, then you find out, what
Okay.
happened, and they're like, okay, kind of like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Spawn, right? Where that's something similar, where he's the general of demon
Right,
of
army.
the devil's troops and whatnot, but he wasn't. He was a soldier, kill people, and so you wonder how to end up where they end up, and so obviously, not trying to make this, anything like Spawn, but
Yeah,
it's same
it's similar.
themes,
Yeah,
right?
it's
With
similar. Not
demons
exactly similar, but
escaping.
I'm
Yeah,
enjoying it. It's cool. I
yeah.
like something different, something unique. Like I said, I really wish it
Mhm.
would have gone even more over the top because it on the surface is ridiculous, and I think it should play on that more, right? For me, but it still works. I'm enjoying it. I'm a big Kevin Bacon guy, so I'm
Mhm.
hoping it gets better. So I definitely recommend it for sure. So yeah, so good stuff
Yeah.
this week. It's not terrible. Some good stuff in there. It's actually a better week than last week, to be honest with you. And the next week we got a lot of stuff. We'll see how this compares to this week. We got the Handsmaid Tale coming out. Yeah, coming up this season. We got the last season right on the 8th, and the 8th also got How to Sell Drugs Online. The
Yeah.
last fourth season on because of Netflix. All kinds of
Final season as well, which I didn't know. I didn't realize it was the
there you
season
go.
four,
We
so
got
I'm
the
glad.
Mad Quest. It's kind of a family kind of story, father and yeah,
Yeah, father
yeah, and
son
like so, I think
adventure.
they find
Yeah,
out they're
yeah.
not related by blood, so they find out what's going on.
Mhm.
On the 10th, we got a movie G20. Viola Davis starring this one. She's the president. Whatever, she
Eh.
gets captured or something, she has to go kick ass. Fair enough. On the 10th, we got Black Mirror. I'm excited about this one. I'm a big fan of Black Mirror series, anthology series. We got the sequel to The Callister, one of my favorite episodes, of course, in season 4, I believe. And then on the 10th, we got North by North, comedy, Netflix. We'll see. Hacks coming back for its fourth season. Really good show, Rogan show,
Hmm.
Emmy winning show.
Season
I
three,
think
season
it's
four.
four.
I've
It's
lost
four, of
track.
course, on Max. It probably drops one or two
Oh, four.
episodes
Okay.
on the 10th. Then we got another one, Apple, Your Friends and Neighbors, who I heard good things about. John Hamm. Yeah, he gets fired from his job, and he's a
John
good
Hamm.
friend,
Yep.
whatever, and he starts, I guess, stealing from his neighbors or whatever, scamming him. He finds out maybe not a good idea. His neighbors have more to hide than he does. And then the 11th, we got the Gardener. This is kind of a hitman who's falling in love with one of his targets, and I guess he's passing out as a gardener and his other life. So listen, a lot of shows there. There's 8 stuff here. So short leash. I'm looking at you, North by North. I think that's going to be a casualty award for sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
Dude,
just saying.
relax.
But again, a lot of good stuff out there besides these shows. We just mentioned Bondsman, of course, Devil May Cry, and definitely Mob,
Well, I'm still
Mobland.
watching. I mean, I think this week's the last season finale of
I
Yellow
am waiting till that
Jackets.
ends so we can get it and watch with the wife. She wants
Watching.
to see it. Yeah.
Yes, watching. Oh yeah,
No,
that's right.
no,
Because you're too
she has
cheap.
to see the whole thing. She can't just do week to
Bosch.
week. It pains her to watch week to week these shows. It really does.
Man, talk
I heard it's
about
really
twists
good. I'm
and
excited.
turns,
I'm
dude.
excited to be in
I
it.
was like,
And Jackets.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's better than
Okay.
season
No,
two
I'm
for
looking
sure,
forward to
and
it.
a lot of twists. But
Bosch.
Bosch,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said,
Bosch
final
is really
season of Bosch,
good.
I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Dope.
hope they're
Dope.
wrapping up
Enjoying that
everything,
one. Of
kind
course,
of the
gotta
loose
get on Apple
ends.
Plus. I think it's a really good show as well. Bing Rain's making a big appearance in the show. But yes, a lot of good stuff out there. So that's that said, of course. Junior Marcellus. Join us here
Marcellus,
every today Saturday, but every Sunday usually. We go over all the stuff that comes out. There's
Saturday.
always something to watch. If you don't know, just watch the show. If you're new, subscribe below. Help us out. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next week.